Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. The Toronto Blue Jays are going to the World Series the first time since '93. Seattle, I'm so sorry. Let's talk ball. Chris Bassett.
I'm IKF again, just up the middle.
Can't be stopped. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by SeatGeek. Use code JMPlayoffs for 10% off your playoff tickets. And all of our special postseason live Talkin' Baseball are presented by T-Mobile. However you enjoy this great game, streaming, stats, you need T-Mobile, the best network in America. That'll be a topic. Head over to T-Mobile.com/network. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Sirocco's producing. Dalt's on live stats right now because we just watched an all-time baseball game. The Toronto Blue Jays are going to the World Series, Coach.
You have no idea how aged up I am right now.
I have an idea.
Basketball shorts or else I'd get up, okay? I can't get up right now. At one point, Olivia came into our living room. I'm watching the game on the couch. I'm aged up from the game already. She comes out in her outfit for Wednesday night. We're going out to dinner. She looked unbelievable. I'm like, what is going on in my world? Sensory overload, Coach. I'm pretty happy tonight. Great game. Sports, man. When sports work out the way they did, we get a game 7, two extremely evenly matched teams, and they put up a game like that. A moment like that, and the crowd did its part. Like, everything was awesome. I understand if you're a Mariners fan, you're pissed, but guess what, dude? You just watched an amazing game. You're on the wrong end of it,
Trev.
but you're on the wrong end of it, Coach. You are. I've been there, dude. Hey, guess what? When I was a USC football fan and Texas ripped their freaking heart out, I still thought, wow, I just witnessed one of the greatest games ever played in college football. I'm not going that far here with this game, but it was damn good, and we're all better for it.
Yeah, I'm going to call you out on that because you're all happy up in your living room with your beautiful wife watching a beautiful game, but Seattle, this one's going to sting.
I'm not saying it doesn't sting.
Trev, they're having the worst night of their life. They were an inning away from going to the World Series that they've never been to. So I saw what Vince Young did to USC that night. That was crazy. I stayed up late. TV was on mute, so I didn't wake up my mother. Love you, Mom. Let's start talking about the game because, my God. Oh, my God. Let's do it. It's Game 7 in the 6th. George Kirby and the Mariners try to punch their first ever World Series ticket, while Shane Bieber would say, "What do you mean?" to Toronto going to their first dance in over 30 years. Top one, crack a bottle of Josh as Naylor gets the RBI single, but tie me up as welcome to the VAR show. Dalton matches it. It's one apiece. Top 3, look at the size of his rod. Julio grabs the stretch on the solo homer. Top 5, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. It's 3-1 Seattle after Cal rallies, but in the 7th, Dan Wilson goes to his Lamborghini Bizzardo, but George Springer smacks that over the wall. Smack that, 3 runs for y'all. Smack that, whoa. 3-run dinger for Springer, putting the hard hitting in New Britain, Connecticut. Sick the Bassett Hound on them. Jeff is the Hoffman as the Blue Jays get a shot of redemption at the fake Shohei flight. They're going to the World Series after winning 4-3 final.
Don't bring up my friend Robert Herjavec.
He's in it, Trev.
Don't you dare.
He's in it. You might have to do some content with him this week because he's going to be a name talked about.
The fake Shohei flight. I forgot about that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
People don't sign in Toronto except George Springer, except Vladdy, who got that extension. Bassett.
Great burn.
Thank you. I'm hot.
Final standings from the series. The Mariners 3-4. The Blue Jays 4-3. Holy shnikes, man!
Those are truly the final standings. You started with Seattle. Coach Trev. I think
wait, timeout.
No, time in. What do you got?
We saw the Dodgers take care of the Brewers in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And this one was exhilarating. It felt like it took 3 years to finish this series. What a contrast right there.
These teams were crazy, evenly matched. Seattle could have won. Seattle wins this game 5 out of 10 times. Like I believe that. They're a Bizzardo pitch away potentially. The talent is so similar throughout the field. The managerial decisions are going to get questioned. I do have some other final thoughts on the differences between these teams, but I think we have to go to the top. Just like, dude, the top of the first inning. The Mariners come out. Shane
Naylor
he doesn't care. Julio with a leadoff double. Welcome to the game. Cal strikes out on a 3-2 fastball up. Ballsy pitch by Bieber there. Would have been interesting if that gets taken. And then Josh Naylor, who the Canadian giving 0 Fs throughout, just skips by Vladdy's glove. There was a couple of these Mariners balls that were just out of Toronto players' range that, as this game's leaking on, you're kind of starting to do the, when it got 3-1 later, you're doing, wait, is this not our night? But Naylor gets him out in front, and then Varsho matches in the bottom of the first.
I thought Vladdy took a poor route to that ball. I understand he ranged, he did everything he could, back angles, better right there, keep the ball in play. But exchanging run for run, top of the first, nothing new for these playoffs and this series in general. I thought, again, just so evenly matched. The Josh Naylor thing was hilarious to me. I mean, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
It was going to be a double play, so why not just try to mess around? I think he's like, I'm just going to wear it in the face and whatever happens. Because if you do that, there's no obstruction or hindrance or whatever they call. What's the word for it? And then at the last second, he's like, fuck that. I'm not going to get in the face.
Yeah, man. When someone's throwing that baseball 10 feet away from your face, it would have been interesting if he doesn't jump.
If he doesn't jump, there's no call. It's the umpire's discretion if you impeded with the throw, because you don't have to clear a lane. You don't have to do anything. What you really should do, and maybe we should start teaching this, is just running and then put your head down like this.
Right.
So you're guarding your face. You got the helmet blocking. Your neck is down.
Heard, hey, you got that oven mitt on your face. Just put that in front.
Exchange run for run. I thought the Mariners had to hit a 3-run homer in this game to win. Turns out I was right. They hit 2 solo shots with Julio and Cal. And the other team, the Toronto team, hits the big 3-run shot. I don't know, man. A lot of I thought there were some questionable pitching choices. I had a lot of people in my mentions who I agree with. And we're skipping all over the place. I'm excited right now.
Excited.
Bizzardo, should he have been in there last night when it was 5-0?
Trev, I can't get there yet. I think we gotta chew through more. You're not wrong. Hey, Varsho's was a 2-out RBI on kind of a Blue Jay-ish swing, if we're looking for a way to label it. Not an A swing, but got through to tie it. Julio hits the go-ahead home run, the solo shot to lead off the third. Could have been called rung up on a check swing earlier. Yeah. So if you're, again, that Blue Jay fandom of like, is tonight our night? You're getting worried for a minute that it's not. And he fouled the ball off his, his shin earlier that at bat too. Cal Raleigh homers in the 5th. It's 3-1 Mariners.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, your guy, Twins, your fingerprints are all over this series. Louis Varland. Changeup, which when a changeup's not a good changeup, that's a bad fastball. It's 3-1. And then I think, decisions start getting made. So Varland comes in for Bieber, and we're not too surprised by that. I
No.
think we were curious how Toronto was going to get through, but we knew Varland was going to be part of the plan. George Kirby goes 4. And we got on our YouTube, we got Cal Raleigh hitting the homa that he's done 65 times this year.
Yes.
Jesus. So it's starting to get into decision time. George Kirby felt like he was getting into a little bit of a flow. He goes 1, 2, 3 in the third, 1, 2 single to Barger, and then he gets IKF in the fourth. We were all surprised that he went to Brian Wu, but the thought process is, okay, say Wu's your next guy. He's the guy you believe in. He's the guy that brought you here. He's the guy you want to give the ball to. You're going to give him a clean inning because he's the starting pitcher. So he comes in, he walks Jimenez, but strikes out Springer, gets Lucas on the double play. So that decision instantly starts looking good. He follows it up with a clean 6th, and that's when history starts getting made.
Well, yes, he gets Vladdy striking out to start the inning. I'm looking at the summary right now because so much freaking happened.
Yeah.
Kirk hits a ball right in front of Julio. Saw that one off the bat. I read it well. Thank you for my couch.
Good.
Yeah.
Helps.
Then you get the line out to Victor Robles. What do you mean? So wait. What are you talking about right now?
So I'm basically bringing us to the 7th inning. I think everything up until
yes,
the 7th.
He got through the 6th unscathed. Yes.
So in the 7th inning, and hey, Sir Anthony Dominguez, that inning's not going to get covered a lot, but a 7-pitch inning to get it over with, get your team hitting again, that matters. And we didn't know if Sir Anthony was going to be a part of the plan. So that's a massive inning in hindsight.
Yeah, you said 6. I went there. I didn't remember anything in the 6th. The 7th is yes. This is where it gets beautiful for the Jays and kind of what we've seen from them all series long with the length of their lineup, the good at bats from the bottom part to flip it over. Barger walk, IKF, just I don't even. That's a blitzball swing he's got going on right now. He's choking up, just putting the barrel on it, finding a spot, man. And I think we talked about it last night. That's great. We talked about it last night. John Schneider on the broadcast, they were saying they wanted to find some sort of gritty, baseball kind of guy to, bring over at the deadline. And here's IKF coming over from Pittsburgh, bro. You're in Pittsburgh. Cool. Hey, I get to play with Paul Skeens. Awesome. Kutch is there. That's fun. But now you're going to the World Series. What a nice summer for him. That little turnaround right there. But they bring IKF over. How many games has he started now in a row at second base for them? I think it's 4, right?
Yeah, he might have missed the first 1 or 2 of the series, but he kind of took over the gig.
So now he's the starting second baseman for the World Series bound Toronto Blue Jays, dude. Because he's putting together bats like that, he can get the bunt down when need be. He's not striking out. So again, does that right there to set up. You get Andres Jimenez, sack bunt, Bizardo in. This is where I think they went wrong.
Okay.
Clearly, this is the high leverage moment. Clearly it was. Because you got Springer and you got Vladdy coming up. This is your bullet. This is the number one. This is it. This is where you shoot your freaking shot if you're Dan Wilson, and he didn't do it. He went to Bizardo, who pitched 2 innings last night instead of Munoz, and that's where I think he messed up.
Let's deep dive. Again, people, we got a lot of mouths to feed here, and part of the people doing that is SeatGeek, and the good news for you is they're the number 1 rated ticketing app. You're going to go to tickets. I know Toronto fans, God, you're going to want that JM Playoffs, 10% off any tickets at SeatGeek with code JM Playoffs. Whatever you like to go to, sports, Seattle, maybe you want to get away from sports and go to a concert for a little bit because I know that's where I would be at. Download SeatGeek app, use code JM Playoffs, 10% off any tickets. JM Playoffs over at SeatGeek. Trev, okay. Bottom of the 7th, Wu comes back out, and Bizardo is up in the bullpen, and I think that should be noted as well. Wu's their guy, and he'd been clean, but it's to the fact that they had their bullpen guy up, Bizardo, that I kind of agree, and I tried to say it yesterday. At some point, Munoz is your guy, and this is a different game. This is a completely different sport.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Brian Wu comes out, walks Barger, which that can't happen, lead off walk. And like you said with IKF, we were live streaming. I said, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a ground ball in play, which could be a beautiful rally extending hit or a double play ball. IKF finds the hole. And by the way, IKF on this Toronto team, it's his identity. I'll play any position. I'm going to put the ball in play. Let's see what happens. And it worked out in the biggest moment. Sack bunt from Jimenez, which that's been an interesting conversation throughout these Blue Jay games because he hit 2 home runs that took him out of sack bunt, but he still gets it down, and a beautiful one, by the way.
Yep.
And then they go to Bizzardo with runners on second and third. You have George Springer up, who was Bizzardo's last batter faced yesterday when they were down 4, and you used Bizzardo for 2 innings while you were down 4.
They were down 5, I believe.
4 or 5. Let's make it even worse. Bizzardo comes back in to face George Springer, who's top 5 in postseason homers ever. He gets a 1-0 sinker, middle in, and puts it in the seats. And, man, for a guy whose knee is barking, all that went away for about 25 seconds. And an eruption from the Toronto crowd and a memory for them that'll be amazing for tonight, for tomorrow, forever. And Mariners fans questioning like one decision as the difference to go to their first World Series.
I mean, there's still so much to get to, but yeah, I think that is the one decision I think we're all questioning. And I don't think it's hindsight. No,
we talked about it yesterday.
I think it's your guy. He's been your guy all season long, and what are you saving him for?
He had him pitch in 3 days.
It's time to go. We said, let's go and get a bunch of innings out of this guy. As much as possible. He might have to suit up for 2+, whatever it is. At least, even if you say he's only going to throw 1, this is the one. George Springer, Vladdy, runners on base. This is it. And look, I know he didn't look great in this game, unscathed in his inning, got the double play, but this is his lane. This is when he should have been pitching.
This is the game on the line.
Instead, look, I mean, 96 mile an hour sinker. You go look on pitch tracks where it was middle and just slightly in. And George Springer, guess what he can do with those? Put him in the fucking seats, and he did it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're staring down, and you're down a run. And I mean, I'm fascinated by the Blue Jays pitching decisions as well. There's so many things that happened, but that was a mistake.
Yeah, and no, I don't think it's hindsight, and I think it's, the salt in the wound for Munoz coming out for the 8 for Varsho, Clement, Barger, IKF, it's going to be talked about and remembered forever in Seattle for all the wrong reasons. But Trev, you were right. It did not feel like the game was over because in the 8th inning, Gossman pitched the 7th, clean, a big double play ball from Julio that ended up clearing out that inning. That Gossman, I thought was their silver bullet. We were debating, hey, is he going to have to go the final 3? And that's kind of what it lined up. Out of the bullpen comes Chris Bassett, who we haven't seen since game 1, and was hurt, missed the Yankees DS before this, comes in, and again, live or die by it. And Randy's postseason, he gets him to first pitch, ground out to short.
Yeah, that was so bad, Coach. I'm like, you can't do that.
Yes, but man, it was honestly, it was a pretty similar location to that George Springer pitch. That it was 92, and if he hits that and it's a double down the line, we say, and how about Randy?
Ready for the first pitch. It just is. I don't know, man. I come from that era, so I'm still a little salty. Gardenhire used to make us take pitches. Okay, I hated it back in the day, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I get it. When you make the first out on the first pitch after an inning like that,
I know.
Goodness.
When Bassett,
because it also sets up the next guy. Now all of a sudden he's got to take a pitch, and it's like, damn, man.
and it's Bassett who hasn't pitched in a while. So there's a lot that goes into the equation, but
let Bassett
hey,
feel the moment a little bit instead of just getting out of it right away.
Randy hits that ball harder than IKF.
I mean, directly into the ground.
Yeah, I know.
You're right. I shouldn't be on him about it. It just looks bad.
It's
when
tough.
It happens.
That's one of the times we get to play the result where that's a 92 sinker middle. That if Randy deposits that, we say, Bassett, what are you doing? So, like, that's where I get that one. I feel like we get to the result too much. Put that Suarez Bassett at bat in a vault. I don't know. Are we still doing that thing where we dig a hole and we're like, in 30 years later, let's check time capsule.
Nailed it.
2 up and in 73-mile-per-hour curveballs in this at bat. And I mean, 2 dogs, like 2 guys that have had amazing careers.
That's a
the
nasty
stones
pitch, Coach.
on Bassett to throw that pitch 3-2 is insane. And I don't know. I don't think anyone's really thinking about this right now. That is a future of pitching pitch when ABS gets involved, because that's a strike. But my God, for years it felt like that isn't a strike.
We don't know if it's a strike. Like the box doesn't mean anything right now. Like I honestly do wish they took the box off the TV. I do. We don't know if that was a strike or not with ABS. We'll find out though, because I know what you're saying. We're gonna get a lot of these pitchers trying to clip the top, trying to clip the bottom, bouncing balls on plates for a strike. Like I understand what you're saying. That was filthy. And if you can, Rob, go back and show the slow-mo of it. Like at the end, they showed it again. It just had enough break right at the very end. Like it just gets in there, man. It's backing up, and then whoop, it just goes. Like that's and there's 2. He's thrown that pitch forever, man. That's like, it's his bread and butter.
2 things there, Trev. A, the reason that gets to turn a little more, that's 72, man. Not a lot of guys end up there on the radar anymore. So that's where that gets an extra turn. And how about our pitch framing king, Alejandro Kirk? Like, if that's another catcher, who knows? If that's a little more stabby, I don't know in that moment.
Agreed.
Gets the call. J.P. Crawford, whose at-bats looked a little better tonight. He had the nice double down the line. He hits one to shortstop. So, okay, we're going out for the 8th. The Jays continue to look just absolutely savage. Varsho clips Munoz. Clement, obviously, clips Munoz. Like you said, they get the lined into double play, which...
When that happened, I said, Toronto, look out, because, I mean, if they score runs there, it's over. You could call it game. 1st and 3rd, nobody out, and they get an absolute bullet to Naylor to turn 2 without the run scoring. It's not like a ground ball that scores the run and they get 2. This is the guy in 3rd. He can't go anywhere, obviously. They get out of it unscathed, and I was like, oh my God. Jeff Hoffman, who hasn't been the model of consistency, let's be honest here.
Good way to phrase it.
We have to go, and all we need is one guy to get on. Number one, you're going to get Julio up no matter what, down a run. But if one guy gets on, we're going to see that bad man come up against Hoffman. I think everyone wanted to see that. But, Jake, did it happen?
Sure didn't, Trev. The reliever that gave up the most home runs in baseball this year versus the player that hit the most home runs in baseball this year. And they didn't allow – Jeff Hoffman did not allow that to happen. He strikes out Leo Rivas, which on a 3-2 fastball up, it would have been very interesting to see if Leo took that. Doesn't get called.
He struck guys out on 3 balls. All those strikeouts were on balls.
Well, hey, pressure's a real thing. In the 9th inning of a do-or-die game to go to the World Series. And Trev, this is what I guess I can get it out now, and I teased it a little. Talent-wise, I think these teams are 1A, 1B. I couldn't pick them apart. I honestly think Seattle is slightly more talented, but I think Toronto's approach. Trev, I'm splitting hairs. Like I don't.
I can agree with you. I'm going back and forth.
Here's what I'll say.
Okay, go. Yeah.
Toronto's approach is clearly different. And again, giving myself a little pat on the back. I said the longer this series goes, the more Toronto gets to see your guys. Look what happened with Springer and Bizzardo. Blah, 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 blah. The thing that was the most glaring from this game, Trev, a couple of the easy innings, and including the 9th inning, and this isn't supposed to be shots at those guys, but Rivas and Robles, Canzone, who pinch hits, everyone who came up for Toronto was a problem. Everyone who came up for Toronto was a problem this series. That whatever the 9th inning is, if you showed me Jimenez, yeah, I've seen that guy win games. You show me Barger, Bam Bam Barger, you show me anyone in that lineup, and I would have believed down 1 in the 9th inning it was coming. When I saw Rivas, Robles / Canzone, that puts you in a real tight spot, man, and I think that was the difference between the two teams.
Well, I mean, they had it. Rivas just didn't have to swing at that last pitch he gets on, but I know what you're saying. I mean, that's been the Blue Jays' formula for success, especially in this series, was the bottom of the lineup getting the job done. Whether that's them driving in runs themselves or just getting on and turning the lineup over for Springer to hit a 3-run fucking Jimmy Jack, like that's what they're supposed to do. And you said it before, like Connor Fleffa comes over. Clear identity. Be you.
Yeah.
We don't need you to be, the starting shortstop that takes over for Jeter or some shit like that. Sorry. Let's just go hang. Just go hang and play good defensive second base. And guess what? If we need you to bunt, just bunt. You could do that, right? Hell yeah, I could do that. Like,
I don't know what that reference was. The 7 through 9 hitters, and this is from your guy Foolish, so I don't know if this is going to hurt the H levels or not. Seattle 7 through 9 this series, 113 batting average, a 207 on base, a 155 slug, 2 runs scored. Toronto 7 through 9, 284, 333, a 500 slug. So, hey man, I also, if you're getting a little Toronto, maybe you're twisted up 420. Seattle, maybe you're crazy 420 and you're just resetting right now. Future baseball, I think you put better hitters in the 8-9 slot than the 7-6, because if you can flip the lineup for your best hitters, that might be more impactful. Just a little late night. Let your brain wander. Explore yourself.
I've done this with my youth teams, okay? Because you get 3 guys that can hit and the rest can't. So I'd start to sprinkle my good hitters throughout the lineup. Like I'd put best hitter 1, my second best hitter like 4, and then my other best hitter like 8. It didn't work. It was bad. It didn't work for me. Don't try that. Here, how about this? Just at the bottom of the lineup, don't have guys that strike out. Have guys that put the ball in play. Be pets. Work counts.
Yeah.
How about that? Average batting average of balls in play. 3 whatever. Right? Probably 315 or something like that.
Sure.
Strikeouts. What's the batting average on a strikeout?
0.
Yeah. Nailed it. That's our analytics for our Rockies team.
So I said this on Wake and Jake today, and again, hurting or helping your H levels. Brother Jeff Passan said this the best on another podcast.
Hurting.
He said, how could something that pitchers are so credited for, if you're a pitcher and you strike out hitters, we credit you for that. How can that not be a negative thing for hitters? And we flew away from that, man. We really did. With 3 true outcomes, we said, well, you can't control that. Ernie Clement can't hit a ball through the right side, although he did it in the 8th inning, and he did it all series. Like, we just sprinted away from that. And I know there's a little unk leaking out, and I'm sorry, but it's just true.
There's not. It's
ball
just
nowhere.
True. It's ball nowhere leaking out is what it is. I've rubbed off on you. Congratulations.
That won't help with the H levels. Let's see. We got some stats here.
Wait.
Please.
Let me finish this game. First of all, Jeff Hoffman, hot.
Okay.
K3 guys to send your team to the World Series, hot.
Yeah.
We brought you over to do exactly this, dude. And was the ride a little bumpy this year? Sure was.
Yeah.
Did we get to the final destination? Sure did.
Yeah.
3 Ks. Julio. Probably his worst at bat he's taken all season. Right there. Gets the 2-0.
Yeah. Okay.
Tries to go yard on a slider down in the way, misses it, and then just never recovers from there. He abandoned a good hitting approach. And look, I understand. I've been in those situations, not like this, but you want to hit the homer. You want to be the guy, but you can't think that way because it gets you off your plan. He ends up swinging at 3 balls.
Yeah.
He didn't see 1 strike that entire at bat, and all of a sudden, the big bad man is left on deck. And all you had to do was keep your bat on your shoulder, and you're getting him up. I mean, I hope, can you get the game day like pitch track up, Rob, just to show these pitches? They're nowhere near
all sliders away.
The strike zone.
All sliders down and away.
6 pitches, all sliders. The first 2 were up, and then the rest were down and away. And it's just he abandoned the approach, and I'm not obviously putting it all on Julio. But you have to stick with a good approach. As hard as it is sometimes, you got to do it. He didn't.
Yeah, it's tough for me to put on him. Julio had a great game, double and the home run, and you're feeling the pressure of a country and Seattle and everything that I don't know, man. I don't want to go down looking. And, he's thrown me all sliders. If he backdoors that fastball, that, I understand what you're saying. And, yes, hey, that's the other side of this Jeff Hoffman 3 strikeout save, the first ever time that's happened to end it. Let me see if I got that stat right. First pitcher to record a save and strike out all 3 batters in a final inning of a Game 7. So that's all time. But how far away was it from 2 walks and Cal Raleigh coming up? Because if Rivas takes, I think that's a ball. Don't want to put that in the ump's hand. That can go another way. And then if Julio takes that, the bad man, Cal Raleigh.
Also, your bullet off the bench for Dan Wilson is Canzone, a young guy who's 3 for 30 in the postseason. That can't be your bullet either.
No, Trev, depth gets shown in these postseason games.
Right.
And so for Toronto, I think they're slightly weaker when they're against a left-handed starting pitching, which Seattle does not have. We didn't see a lot of Davis Schneider, Miles Straw in this series that I think you'd prefer to see them in the lineup over whether it's Barger or Lucas or Jimenez, however they would do that. And then the other thing, Seattle in these series where you get tested on every front, Seattle went out and they got a first baseman and a third baseman that were in the middle of their lineup and gave Seattle fans some of their finest memories in years. Second base, I remember when they called up Cole Young, and I was like, hey, is this guy going to be a difference maker? Things kind of fell off. He didn't get the gig the end of the Miles Mastroboni, Harry Ford was on the roster. Didn't see him.
Who were the options there? Garver is not going to come in against a right-hander.
The bench in this game was Canzone, Garver, Ford, Mastroboni. So, I don't want to send shots at glass houses here, but you would have loved to have a blank on the bench. You would have loved to have something to shoot in that situation, and they really didn't.
Now I'm starting to feel bad for the Mariners.
Or what if, okay, Trev, alternate reality, Seattle trades for IKF at the deadline. Whoa!
No, they like Cole Young. They do. I mean, I was at his debut. They like what he has to offer. I mean, I don't know what else they could have done. Who are you gonna bring in? Is a Rowdy Tellez gonna come pinch hit there? Maybe.
Did
I just solve the problem?
Trev, let's see. Just some others. Mariners were 3-0 all-time in winner-take-all games in postseason history until today. They had the Tigers one earlier this postseason. The Mariners went hitless after Cal Raleigh's solo homer in the top of the 5th. So, hey, man, think about everything we just talked about, and we zoomed in on Rivas and Canzone and maybe unfairly. If the Mariners got 1 or 2 more hits maybe, or a walk earlier in this game, it could have been Julio leading off. Who knows what it could have been? Instead, it comes up what we think is a batter short. I don't know. What else you got, Coach?
I don't have much. I do want to give snaps to our guy Louis V. And fact check me here, Dalt. 10 of 11 postseason games he pitched in.
Yep.
It's pretty badass, dude.
It's coming for the record. I think it's 14 that if he pitches in 5 coming up, he would hold the record there. Trev, the other, okay, I'm finding more to put on the Flames a little bit.
Oh, damn it. I just saw the stat. Teams that out-homer their opponents are 24-4 this postseason. Now they're 24-5. So they got the L tonight.
Maybe it should that stat be runs off of homer? Because, like, 2 solo shots doesn't do as much for me. Hey, here's one for the regular season matters camp. Toronto Blue Jays, 49 regular season comeback wins this year. That was the most in Major League Baseball. They got 1 more tonight. And I don't know. I think that matters. Like, I think when you grind out a season and you have that feeling as a team, when you get in a moment like this, I think things are a little more calm. It's a little less we're about to lose our season, and it's a little more 7th inning Jays, let's do it again.
Coach, they got boat raced the first 2 games of this series. And then came back and won 4 of 5 games. You're not gonna be able to tell these Toronto guys shit right now. You know what I mean? Like they just went through it. They went through the thickness and came out on top. I'm excited. I know everybody in the chat, everyone on my social media is like Dodgers in 4, Dodgers in 4. I don't believe in that. I don't. The one thing I'm pissed more than anything about is the uniform colors are too similar. They're not aesthetically pleasing in this matchup. It's not.
Trev, I want to get there in a second, and I have something that's going to get you the most H-up you've been since you were with Olivia in your living room. It's brought to you by DraftKings.
Okay.
DraftKings, they've been with us for a while now, and it's time to get in on the action, especially the league is coming back this week, NBA basketball, and new customers. If you bet $5, you get 3 months of league pass. And you get $300 if your bet wins paid in bonus bets. So, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code JAMBASEBALL. That's code JAMBASEBALL to get $300 in bonus bets instantly if your first $5 bet hits. Plus, 3 months of NBA League Pass in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, so Trev, this is...
I'm sitting.
Quote just came out. Bo Bichette.
No.
Says he's good for the World Series.
What do you... I mean, obviously he's on the roster.
He's not off the roster. We could find room for him. I don't, sorry, Joey Loperfido maybe, but we can find a spot for Bo Bichette.
Okay.
And I think the other thing I'll tell the people while we have you on the horn, we're going to do a full World Series preview. Dalt's going to be in the lab. Wednesday, we're going to record that. So we're going to do a full preview, soup to nuts, everything we can find and dig up.
Hold on, Coach.
Please.
What does that mean for the lineup? Because he's going to have to play the field.
He might not.
If he doesn't play the field, you're taking out a good hitter. If he doesn't play the field, that means one of Springer, he'll obviously play, Lucas, or Barger or Varsho. Like one of those guys has to be out of the lineup.
Well, what if I told you against a lefty like Blake Snell,
Barger's going to play third base?
I could take Lucas or Barger out of the corner. I could put Springer in the corner, and I could have Bichette DH.
You're going to take one of those guys? I mean, against
Versus
Blake
lefty.
Snell, sure.
Yeah.
Barger to third base, Clement to second base, or as a shortstop.
I think what they've been doing. Seattle had no lefties. Against lefties, they would sit Barger, I believe. And usually for Miles Straw, but you could have Springer play the outfield, depending how his knee is. And you could have Bichette
Barger
DH.
out of my lineup.
I know you don't, but I'm telling you what they would do this year.
Connor Fluff is the odd man out.
He can
And
hit
so
a
I
lefty
think if Barger plays third, doesn't Clement play short and Jimenez play second?
I think you keep.
Oh my
Jimenez at
gosh,
short.
bro.
I know. So that's some of the stuff that we're gonna have time to break down. And I mean, my goodness, are we gonna get another Max Scherzer start? Is he game 1? Dalt hates that, but my soul loves that.
People are saying Clement second, Hemi say it's short.
Yeah. As was I, but you kind of stopped listening to me. Trev, the other thing that I do think we did not hit enough, and I would be remiss if we didn't, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
My God. The man has put up a postseason, I mean, historic all time. It's up there. I think Beltran, and there's one other guy that kind of have held it down as most impressive postseason statistically. He hits a line drive in that Munoz inning that I think was 114 that was right at Randy and left. It almost ate him up. But just an amazing post. He's got a 930 slug. 3 homers in this CS. I don't know, man. Happily signed a $500 million contract during the middle of this season. And man, I think we said it earlier this year when the Jays were showing signs of life, that it was kind of like they were having fun playing baseball again. Like kind of the movie stuff we talked about, and I don't know, kind of everybody looking at each other like, I don't know, I feel like I'm doing my part. Are you doing your part? It felt like that changed. The boys were bopping and winning games and coming back. And dude, Vladdy, 26 years old now, which, hey, no, it's really tough to do, to be a 22-year-old leader of a major league clubhouse. Feels like he's grown up a little bit, and the guy is locked in like few hitters I've ever seen.
I totally agree. I had a show with Chris this morning. We talked a lot about Vladdy, and yes, the fact that he's 26, I think that he still has a chance to become a better hitter than he has. He's, at that age now where, look, he had his second base walk rate of any year besides 2021. So he's getting more pitches in the zone, better swing decisions. His body's looking great. He's moving well. He's comfortable here. Postseason success, I think, does give you some sort of confidence that you can carry in throughout the rest of your career. Like, if you're the guy in the most pressure-packed situations, you're the fucking guy during the regular season. Like, there's never a time where you're going to question yourself, especially going through a series like this, man. So I was trying to say earlier, it's like your back was against the wall. A lot of the odds were stacked against you, but you kept grinding and you won this series and got to the World Series. It's going to be a tall task for them, obviously, against the Dodgers. But all of these lessons, man, and these times you can just go back to when things get rough. And they're going to have that. Vlad's going to have that. And there's got to be some sort of contentment with him. Contract is there. Brought his team to the World Series. He's going to be hungry to do that every single year. Because you know what? Prior to this postseason, not a ton of at-bats, but I think he was 3 for 22 in his prior postseasons. So, a small sample size, but didn't get the job done. Once against my Twins. Look out.
Oh.
But now he's gotten the job done. ALCS MVP, and he's been a stud, man. So I'm happy for him. Don't know him at all, but seems like a great guy as well.
Seems like he has fun hitting the hell out of a baseball. And also the fielding was really strong this series. Trev, I feel like we've got a lot of, it's going to be a lot of LA blue and Toronto blue coming
Dude,
up.
They're talking like this is the Kendrick Drake thing, which I didn't even think about. And then now I'm like, it's all I can think about. What does that say about me?
You were the first guy that said Drake was back.
I think he is back.
I think he's on tour, and then the things have quieted down a lot. I think the lawsuit's over. I don't know. I pretty much get my news from
Who would you rather
Instagram
listen to
search
day
page.
in and day out?
Whoa. I mean, whole everything all in. It's probably Drizzy. I mean,
I think everybody agrees on that, and if you don't, you're just lying to yourself. I'm an LA guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, I'm the least expert in the. Actually, Chris Rose is the least expert in the world.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah. Maybe Warehouse Rob too.
they are not like us.
Shout out Warehouse Rob.
They are not like us. They are not like us. Dude, Humble is a big Jim song for me. I don't know. Like Kendrick gets.
I know
knocked
that was
for
a good album. That was a
Kendrick
good
gets
album.
knocked for that. Kendrick has bops too. I mean, Drake was just on an all-time run until he got fucking dunked on.
Let's never talk about this.
Let's never do that again, huh?
Never do that again.
You seen this? Olivia Rodrigo's on tour. Do we need to give any final words for Seattle? I don't know, man. This feels weird, but Randy Rosarena, that was a guy we dubbed the best to ever do it. And this postseason, dude, if he has a big postseason, Seattle wins the series.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts. Polanco cooled off a lot after he started off the series hot. Gino's stat line is a weird one. Yeah.
I'm so mad we had that hip hop conversation right now.
Good. Good. They are not
Look
like
at
us.
We are just
They
not.
are not like us. And
if I was talking like Pennywise and AFI, like we could talk about that all day, bro.
luckily I can't. So that's a win for the audience. And man, the Mariners starting pitching, like,
they did not get the job done, coach. It was a horrible series for the Mariners starting pitching. Just say it. It's fine because it's true. The numbers back it up. They did not do their job. They didn't.
Kirby did today, and I guess that's another, the pendulum of the Mariners bullpen, and when Wilson's pressing buttons, could he have let Kirby go another? I don't know. Would have been.
Where was Luis Castillo this entire time?
Yeah, his road numbers were really bad this year. A lot of people were pointing to that.
I don't know, man.
I know, and he got pulled early in his game that we debated that. And hey, if Bizardo gets that sinker in a little more and it ends up in J.P. Crawford's glove, we would say, wow, Dan Wilson navigated this thing perfectly. Instead, he's like enemy number one in Seattle right now. Just a brutal sport sometimes, man. You got anything else, big dog?
Can't wait to preview it all. Yeah. Set everything up. I mean, these rosters now have me all excited. Bichette's, he's gonna be there, man. You know how I feel about him.
I do know. He's one of your faves.
Yeah, that swing, the side angle swing king.
Because he's everything that Toronto is. It's like, okay, have an A swing that's insane. Like your helmet's gonna come off, but if you connect, you just hit a homer. And then hit the damn ball. Like that's what the old football saying, run the damn ball. Like Toronto, maybe I'll have our people make the shirt. Hit the damn ball. That's all they do. That's all they do. Did they strike out in this game? 6 strikeouts to 9. Nice. All right, Coach. We're starting.
Somebody just told me AFI is not punk. Okay, go listen to Black Sails in the Sunset and get back to me. Get out of here.
We're starting to get wonky. We'll be back. I got producer Rob going. We got super chats because we were live. Palmer Sheldon, Sneaky Panda, William G, Colonel Mustard, couple Canadian donations. They're having a good night up there. Young C's 714, Eric Vicari, Dan Zader, Paul Severance. Thank you, everyone that's been joining us live. Thank you, everyone that's been consuming either way. It's been a really fun postseason. The mighty Dodgers, the punchy Blue Jays.
Jake sucks.
Subscribe?
Do you even know what Broham is, bro?
No, dude. I have none of that.
Whoa.
Is that the
That's
Braves
incredible.
fight
You don't know that
song?
song. That's incredible.
I probably know it, but I wasn't ready for that. Well,
I gotta go talk to
actually,
Chris Rose now.
Kendrick's hit songs are better.